Year 2007, I was meeting one of the most successful chief investment officer in India. And I was interviewing him basis his superlative fund performance. He had delivered over a decade, over 30% CAGR in India. During the interview, he kept saying, I have something in my pocket, but I'm not going to tell you what. Right? This interview lasted for almost an hour, and he kept saying the same thing again and again. Towards the end of the interview, he finally said, do you want to know what's in my pocket? I said, obviously, because it's been irritating my mind throughout the interview. And he said, it's nothing. Right? Investors pay us because they think we know, and it's our full-time job, but trust you me, it's only the information arbitrage that we have. Right? We wanted to grab that information arbitrage. Just to quickly give you some numbers. Indian stock markets over the last 1 decade have given a compounded annual growth rate of 17%. Right? Yet, only 1.5% of Indians invest in equity markets. In China, it is 10%. In the US, it's 18%. We wanted to create something that truly empowers the investor to take any decision possible. And we started a task which a lot of people said is absolutely impossible to create. So we're glad to present to you Marketsmojo. We run close to 500 algorithms on every listed companies. We analyze close to 30 million data points on a weekly basis. We are probably global's first multi-algorithm platform which researches all listed companies on factors of fundamental research, technical research, price, news, broker recommendation, and anything that may affect price movement of these stocks. Let's look at an example which is live in India right now. This company, if you rightly see out here, we made it very investor-friendly because you see these 3 big dots out here. The first dot is on quality, which is the long-term performance. We analyzed the last 5 years' financials of the company out here. It's a rating which you see is within the industry. The second dot is valuation, which is how's the company doing right now. And the third dot is how's the current financial trend. You can keep going down. If you're a retail investor, you just go down like this. If you're an institutional investor and you want to research any point, you can go on the right-hand side. Similarly, on valuation, any company which declares a financial result, within seconds, the whole platform is updated on the same thing. You can research any company out here. You can look at the financials, shareholding, anything that you would like out here. All of this gets encompassed in the dashboard. If you go right up there, you see a dashboard. Now, obviously, it's a 3 green dot, which is a shouting buy for the stock. But if you look at the recommendation section, you have a buy and a sell, as we all know, contradictions coming out there. We then take you to the reco section, where each and every reco, there are close to over 100 recommendations that come out on a daily basis. Every recommendation that comes out is pre-analyzed, and you know exactly which broker to follow and which broker not to follow. So all of that is mentioned out here. If you're holding a portfolio, which is more like a watch list before you invest, this is a dashboard that you get out here. Now, obviously, this is much beyond the price. You see the price out there, but you also see if there's any broker who's given any recommendation real time on that stock, if there's any news across the globe that's cracking which can affect the stock price. There is a real-time, every tick from the exchange that comes, we analyze every tick, and you see today's action out there so that you know exactly what's happening real-time on the stock as we're talking right now. Moving on, you can also store portfolios, equity portfolios on the site. 4 months in our launch, we've already got close to $1 billion US stored in these equity portfolios. So if you see out here, this is what typically you see anywhere across the world. It's a typical holding statement. This is not any innovation. If you go down, you will see every client, every investor has invested or would invest in equities which are across market cap. What we do is we create a composite index for every investor. Right? Every investor has his own composite index. On this chart, you would see the performance, my performance versus the composite index, which is actually what I should be looking at. I should not be looking at broader markets. In India, the broader markets are, say, 30 companies. Why is it that if I'm holding small caps or mid caps, am I supposed to look at the broader markets? I should look at the index that's my index out there. If you further come down, you see an overall portfolio report as a 7-dot report, which looks at how's the diversification of the portfolio, how's the risk of the portfolio, When I go and sell, will I get any liquidity issues with the portfolio? How are the returns of the portfolio? Current financial trend, quality, and valuation of the portfolio. You have an option of saying turn all lots to green. If you say that, then all of this gives you a portfolio report in terms of how can you strengthen the profile of the portfolio. If you look at one of the sections, diversification out there, and you go right, you'll be able to see what are the issues on diversification out here. It's a very brief glimpse of what we are doing out here. We started our API integration. The problem with the brokers was in India that they are only researching, say, 200 companies. Their active ratio of clients is just about 2%. So we integrated this solution into a lot of media houses and brokerage houses. One example out here that you see is Bloomberg India. This is a site that is coming out in the next 2 weeks. The whole content out here, the whole research out here is powered by Marketsmojo. Similarly, if you see a broker site, all the content out here, along with the whole analysis out here, is again powered by Marketsmojo. As we are moving ahead, the system, the way it is designed, is that I have a content pipe, and I have this whole platform. If I replace this content pipe from India to, say, Asia, this is what we are testing, the Asia API, the whole Marketsmojo can be customized to Asia. Please remember, 50,000 listed companies, we can research each and every listed companies. A lot of fund managers, a lot of investors are today looking at this particular opportunity. To sum up what we are looking out here, Ignite, thank you so much. We'd love to meet you because we need these data pipes. But having said that, we are looking at global strategic partnerships, be it in the nature of equity, or be it in the nature of content, or if you have specific API requirements to integrate with your banking solutions or broking solutions, we are most glad to help you out there. Thank you.